The break in the 9-year-old investigation came Sunday when Dwayne and Patricia Ingram's 8-year-old son overturned some sand while walking the shoreline of the Columbia River near Vancouver, Washington. The public learned in an FBI news conference Tuesday, little Brian Ingram unearthed several packets of deteriorated $20 bills, and the FBI confirmed it. It was indeed several thousand of the $200,000 that bailed out with D.B. Cooper on the eve of Thanksgiving back in 1971.
Well, we were going to make a campfire, and we found it. It was partially on top of the ground, you know. It was just beneath the sand.
Who found it?
Well, my son and I found it together. I was getting ready to drop the wood, and he cleared out the spot and rolled the money over on top of the sand.
FBI agents scoured the area of the Ingram's find. At one point, a geologist was called in to determine whether money might be buried below the surface level in dredge material deposited on the beach in 1974. On Wednesday, that geologist confirmed the money washed ashore. That meant there could be deposits of money anywhere along a 100-mile stretch of beach.
Searching in the sand on a deserted Columbia beach, finding bits of money along the high water mark. That's what's changed the whole myth of a man named Dan Cooper. People thought he landed on the west side of the range, but his money was found to be on the east side. That's how it drifted downriver. And now that's what's changing the whole search and the whole story of D.B. Cooper.
Cooper landed where he thought his money might have gone by the Lewis River, but then it would have had to go against river current to get where it was found. People who study river flow are checking if tides could have done it. It's doubtful. The more logical route from somewhere upriver. D.B. Cooper bailed out of a Northwest Airlines jet going 200 miles an hour at about 10,000 feet. The best guess is he jumped almost exactly over La Center, Washington. In fact, a placard from the jet was found near there. But two things add to the confusion. One, at that speed, seconds mean miles, 3 a minute. Any delay by Cooper from when they thought he jumped puts him further south. Also, he jumped into a major storm. At that altitude, winds could toss him and drift him for many miles. The FBI thought it carried him into Lake Merwin. That was the major search area. But now experts feel he might have gone at least over another ridge, perhaps into the drainage of the Washougal. The speculation does lead to excitement. Are we closer to the secret of D.B. Cooper? Is it somewhere up there? The river is a kayaker's joy, but it is shallow. Could it have carried 21 pounds of $20 bills miles down its length? It did have over 8 years to do it, and it does flood often. This is also rough backcountry, but not as rough as the area around Ariel and Lake Merwin, or so the residents tell us. Maybe a man who landed in a parachute could have made it. Longtime residents are talking about that more again now, and about the money that may have flowed through their backyards.
And then started fishing for it. I don't even fish. I doubt it. I'd say he's in that Columbia River out there, so.
This is remote country. Traveling at 200 miles an hour, many think Cooper was separated from his money and his chute was ripped to shreds, leaving him at the mercy of the winds, falling. But if he didn't make it, his remains must be up there somewhere, waiting to be found. It's doubtful there will be a modern-day treasure hunt for it, with little to no chance of finding money, virtually none of finding anything of Cooper's. But maybe someone in this area may be thinking more about the ex-skyjacker, and may be as lucky as a young Vancouver boy was, spotting yet another clue in what is now the best guess for Cooper's final resting place, the Washougal Drainage Basin. Did Dan Cooper come tumbling down through these trees in southern Washington, or was it somewhere else away from the Washougal River on that Thanksgiving night 8 years ago? Chances are people will continue to look for the legend of D.B. Cooper. Chances, though, are slim that we'll ever really know the facts. But maybe it's better that way. Crews continue to dig, but found very little of Cooper's green treasure today, even though the discovery site is looking like a very scientific archaeological excavation. Shovels gave way to backhoes, the FBI and geologists scooping out a test trench up the beach. What they're trying to tell, how long had DB's money been here? They knew certain levels were laid down on the beach in 1974, but they found no money below that point. And the best guess they have is Cooper's money was washed up by high water and wave action, much like these churning river waves, and they think it happened within the last few months.
It'd be fun if someone found some more, but the best guess is that just like driftwood, it happened to wash up in the surface layers, and the man was lucky enough to find it.
Yeah.
Very lucky. The original source was probably upstream from here.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And that the Washougal Basin is the place everyone's going to be running out.
Up along the
Watching for
river,
green things in the grass.
Yeah.
There still is lots of mystery. Where did Dan Cooper go down over 8 years ago? Where's the rest of the money, and did he make it? Most FBI experts don't think he did, though they admit their old search area is probably not where he landed. That could have been anywhere from the Washougal River to the Columbia, but no one knows. The FBI has set up camp to guard the site for another evening. They'll be starting again Thursday morning to dig up more on the beach here, hoping to find some more clues and some more money. But unless they find a lot more, while this has been an exciting time and added to speculation, there's just really nowhere else to go in solving the D.B. Cooper caper. On the night beat west of Vancouver, Washington, this is Bill Van Amberg for Channel 2 News.
Yesterday, FBI agents made one last serious attempt in their search for the rest of the $200,000. The FBI finally decided it had neither the money nor the manpower to cover the area. The search was abandoned last night. Today, snow covers almost all evidence of their presence. Agents were certain they'd be replaced by curiosity seekers, if not treasure hunters. Only 2 die-hard fishermen came out in the cold. Their interest lay more in catching fish and keeping warm than finding hidden treasure. So while the FBI has packed up and gone home, they call this latest development in the 9-year D.B. Cooper investigation significant. They say it adds credence to the theory that Dan Cooper is not living high on the hog somewhere, and that he did indeed die on that fateful night in 1971. Or did he? Along the Columbia River, west of Vancouver, Washington, this is Robin Anderson reporting. Channel 2 News.